How's it going, guys? Alright, with Halloween Ends quickly approaching, I decided this is a good time to finally do both a commentary and the spoiler review of Halloween 2018, which I never got finished because, long story short, when I was doing it, I realized some of the characters I was talking about, I put the wrong names, and it was like a 30-minute long video, and it was like the day before Halloween, and I honestly was tired, and I was like, forget it, I'll get around to it in the future. Anyway, I figured this is a better way for me to not only discuss the film, because my opinion has gone downhill. Originally I gave this an 8, it's probably more like a 7 now. But at the same time, I decided to do something different today. Today I brought somebody with me. My girlfriend, Carrie.
Hello!
She was with me in the theater for both Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, which we'll talk about later. Anyway, I feel having her here would be good because she was there throughout the whole thing, because Halloween 2018 in the theater was quite an interesting experience, and I figured getting her opinion on some things in the movie would be interesting, so here we are. So we're going to start the movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, I remember when this started in the theater, it was so quiet at first.
Yeah, everyone's like, is this gonna suck? Is this gonna suck? Is this gonna suck?
No, I think it was just more like the anticipation. It was quiet, and also this music. Like, one thing I'll give 2018, very good score. Like, I really felt they came back with quite a bit of creativity for it.
That's true. I don't remember hating the music.
Well, I don't hate the music in Kills either. That's one area I haven't all
That's true, yeah.
to really complain about.
Miramax.
Yeah, well, something tells me they're not too happy with Blumhouse these days.
Yeah.
Well, word rumor is the rights are going to go to somebody else as soon as Ends is out. And it might be Paramount, which would be interesting.
I want to see what they can do.
Well, honestly, at this point, I want somebody else, because, granted, we've not seen Ends yet, but the fact that it's going to Peacock is not encouraging.
Nope.
It's like, last year was different. You know, not all the theaters were open still because of the thing that's ruined our lives, but this year, it's not that case.
And this is just a disclaimer, I am not a Halloween fan.
Okay, Carrie's not the biggest horror fan, but she does like some of the Halloween films to a degree. I remember when this first opened, I was like, oh, no pumpkin opening? I was like, okay. I do like this, though. It's a bit on the creepier side.
Yeah, Mental Asylum. I think that's a good place to start.
Even though, I think I told you, this was actually a last-minute thing, because originally I told you what they were going to do. They were going to change the ending to the original Halloween. They were going to do a flashback and have Dr. Loomis die, and Laurie's the one who would shoot Michael off the balcony. Now, and this is the crazy part, guys. They got as far as building the set, and John Carpenter was constantly telling them, don't do this. We're going to hate this. What are you doing? Don't mess with my film. And even with him constantly telling them that, they were going to do it. The only thing that stopped them was because they could not get the money for de-aging CGI for Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, could you imagine if that would have made it past the test audiences? It would have been a disaster. Disaster. Like, you don't fuck with the original.
No, even I know that.
I didn't mind these two characters, I just maybe wish they could have done a little more with them.
Which characters?
The two podcasters here.
Okay. Just so they know, because they can't see.
Oh yeah, guys, well, assuming you're watching with us, guys, like, I forgot to tell Carrie that sometimes they will watch it with us. Like, they might put the movie on themselves and listen to it. These two are podcasters that are doing a story on Michael Myers, and I didn't mind this. And, okay, Dr. Sartain. At first in this movie, I had no problem with this guy, but then later you'll see why I don't like him. But we'll discuss that when the time comes. Yeah, I would imagine Michael would be quite the study piece.
Yeah, imagine an actual Michael actually exists. Well, granted, we could probably find someone close.
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of killers that have a similar personality out there.
Yeah. Like Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, except he was never caught.
That's true.
One thing, though, I have an issue with this scene. The bright sun, I would have preferred this was like dark and gloomy. Now I get it. You're not going to bring the patients outside on a dark, gloomy day where it might rain. I was thinking instead what they could have done was maybe have like a glass dome room where they keep the patients on a rainy day and have Michael in there instead. Now I know it's subjective. Some people might not have a problem with this. And again, it's not badly shot or anything like that. Oh yeah, that guy with the umbrella.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that actor's passed away. Yeah, because not too long after Kills, he filmed some scenes in Kills. I think he passed away. Yeah, I don't even think I want to get that close to Michael. Another thing too, I think the camera's too close to Michael. I would have preferred they kept it a little further away and more obscured. I think I remember in the theater everything was dead quiet during this scene. This I question. Now, I know this is 40-year-old evidence, but they would really just hand this over to some podcaster? Even if he's done a lot of investigative pieces, I don't know. I think this could have been handled better, like maybe Dr. Sartain had it instead.
Maybe he had connections.
I mean, I'm not saying, and again, I get it, it's 40-year-old evidence, it's not going to be a high priority. Poor dog. I mean, I like this scene gets creepy with everybody freaking out around Michael. I mean, yeah, I'll give it. It's a chilling scene.
Kind of cringy, too.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have sirens while the patients are outside.
I know.
But I guess it's to intensify the scene.
Yeah. And then this kicked in. I remember everybody was cheering in the theater. The only complaint I heard is, yeah, it's when the names are appearing, it's a bit too fast. It's not quite Halloween 1 and 2. It's a little too fast. But otherwise, and this pumpkin, this is not digital. What they did, they actually filmed a pumpkin rotting, taking like snapshots throughout it rotting away, and then they reversed it. Which I'll give them. That's creative. Apparently, they had to keep it in like a container room or something because obviously it would be, I guess, a little dangerous because of bacteria. But and of course the classic Halloween theme right here.
Yeah, I don't mind the name going by fast because, you know, I just want to get to the movie.
Well, I think it's just, if you're going to have an opening like this, try and match the first two a little bit closer than this. But again, it's a minor complaint. But I know the fact that this is not CGI, like, I was impressed. It was like, that's cool. And I managed to carve this pumpkin last year pretty good. It's just the mouth, I noticed it was a little too high when I carved it, but otherwise it turned out really good.
Yeah, I was about to mention that about the pumpkin.
I know when I carved it last year, the left side of the pumpkin there was a little too high. I knew that too, but I got a lot closer than the other time I tried.
This time we ordered pumpkin equipment.
Not yet, but we will. Yeah, nothing beats the classic Halloween themes. David Gordon Green. There was an extended scene here that actually showed Jamie Lee Curtis almost committing suicide, like she was playing Russian roulette. Now, somebody did a really creative edit on YouTube where they were able to still keep this scene, but take some of that scene and combine it together. I wish they would have gone that route. Like, maybe you don't keep that entire sequence, but you keep parts of it and alter between, but with his voiceover, but still an interesting opening. I mean, no trespassing. Yeah, journalists will pay for interviews if they have to. He's so nervous. Well, which is it? Cha-ching? It's like, I'll take $3,000.
Money talks.
Yep. Want to talk to Laurie Strode? Yeah, cough up the money. Yeah, the house here, it was bulldozed recently. Well, I think it was an abandoned house on somebody's property. They just used it for the filming, and then don't think they used any of it in kills. I think that was another house they burned down. Like right here again, this is copying H2O, because H2O, very similar thing. She's got a failed marriage. Her and her son obviously don't have a good relationship in that movie. Now, I know it's not quite the same, but it's close.
I feel like it's more for setup.
Maybe in a way, but at the same time, one thing I still have to give H2O, and I know others complain about this, the H2O Laurie was smart enough to move away to another part of the country and change her name and all that. Now, she's still hiding behind walls, yes, but she's trying to run away from Michael. Now this one, it's the more the Sarah Connor thing. She wants to hunt him down, basically.
You were kept chasing, no matter where he went. He's there. You just want him off this earth.
But the thing is, though, she has such a conflict in this movie because she says she wants to keep her family safe, but at the same time she wants him to escape. It's like, that kind of contradicts. Like, I could understand maybe every October 30th and 31st she's at Smith Grove in the woods with a sniper rifle just, waiting to see if he tries something. I could be like, okay, I could buy that. Short of that, though, I'm like, I don't know. Her living in the woods like this, and at the same time, too, the other thing I question is, again, ditching the brother-sister angle. Now, I know Halloween 2, John Carpenter only did it because he couldn't come up with anything else, and he was drunk. Fair enough, but it still works. And bringing Jamie Lee Curtis back like this, it just... without that connection, I felt it just didn't work. And the other thing, too... Ray... Shh. Nobody in the theater was laughing at that. I think everybody was like, ugh. This guy sucks. Like, Judy Greer, I admit, I don't like her much in this movie, though in the next one I actually liked her more. But it would have been so much better if she was a single mother, too. Like, okay, Laurie's trauma has also damaged her character to the point where she also had a failed relationship. At least maybe there could have been something there. But he's so useless. I mean, what's his redeeming quality in this freaking movie? We'll discuss that in the third act with him and the yo-yo shit. But I remember, every scene he was in, it was like, get rid of him. Just get rid of him, please. Karen's not bad here. Like, again, Judy Greer's a good actress. It's just, a lot of this movie, the writing was not very good for her.
What do you think of the daughter?
Annie Matichak, I've had no issue with her. The only thing I've heard everybody agree on is she doesn't get to do much in 2018, and kills, well, we'll discuss that later. It's just, I think 2018 they didn't use her effectively enough. It's like they're trying to balance 3 characters plus all these teenagers, and it just doesn't fully come together. Like, I like the fact here she's with her friends, they're having a nice little discussion. Yeah, I like Vicky too. I felt bad that she doesn't last beyond this movie. That's another thing everybody argues. Why is it this guy bringing up the fact that they're no longer siblings? Should have been like either Laurie herself saying that, or maybe Andy. Not this random guy. And this line. This is a political statement. Like, why is this scene even here? It's like, get rid of the social crap. And again, this guy's like a stoner, but I don't actually hate this guy, surprisingly, but... Yeah, oh, God, that's right, he's my name! I forgot that!
He did.
Oh, quiet you.
But everybody has one of those stoner friends.
Yeah, I know. Well, I admit, this was a nice little fun moment. Okay, at this point in the movie, I did like Cameron at first. Here he was fine. I'm not excited. Sorry, Oscar, but again, you're another character that just doesn't work here. Now, the actor's not bad in the second Fear Street movie, but they also kept him only used very sparingly. In this movie, he just doesn't work.
He's a dick friend. I will label him as a dick friend.
Again, though, his dialogue's trash. It's just... I wish this character wasn't in here.
Yeah, he's like that little brother.
Yeah, that voice? That's actually the woman who played Linda in the original Halloween. Who's playing the teacher.
I would not know.
I think I might have told you before. And this is a throwback to the original Halloween with having accepted Laurie across the street looking at Allison. Though, H2O did this too, but at least... Well, I guess they've both done it very similar ways. Fuck college. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis and Andy Manischek, they got a nice relationship here. Them I like. I mean, I feel for Laurie, like, going through the trauma she did, but at the same time, without Halloween 2 being connected to this, I don't buy her being this messed up. I'm not saying losing 3 of your friends and almost dying yourself over the course of, like, 15 minutes will not mess you up, but without Halloween 2 being connected, I just think she's a little too much here.
But granted, she knows what Michael is.
I know, I do agree with that. She knows that he's pure evil, but I just feel they needed to set it up more, like maybe show her having nightmares of Michael killing her family or something. They didn't do enough of that, though I really like the music here. And we're about to hear Dr. Loomis' voice. I'll give them, they actually did a good job of this. This voice actor did a better job than the one in H2O, I'll give it that. I think that's a taser.
Yeah.
Like, again, like, here, Jamie Lee Curtis is giving it her all. Like, I really like, here, like, you know, she looks so emotional. Like, she's not phoning in the performance at all. That's not the problem. It's just, for her to be this messed up, they really had to sell it, especially without Halloween 2 not being connected. Like, show her having nightmares, hallucinations of Michael all the time. At least, sell it more. And again, the drinking problem. She had that in H2O too. It's...
Well, usually a drink problem, it never goes away, really.
Well, I mean, they just copied it. Like, again, H2O's already done this. That's why I have to somewhat be harsh, because H2O already did it.
I don't even remember H2O, but I feel like without my memory of H2O left my mind, I feel like it does flow, because she has been through trauma. You don't even have to, like, reimagine it to know that she's been through trauma. You've seen the original movie. You know what she's been through, so of course she's going to have lingering effects.
I'm not saying she would not have any trauma. I just feel this was a bit too much. Like, the H2O Laurie, even though she's got an alcohol problem, she's clearly got PTSD and other emotional stuff. She's having nightmares. She's on a lot of medication, and she's in hiding. but she still at least functions most of the time. This Laurie is like just constantly hiding in the woods, even when it's not Halloween. It's like, I think they just overdid it without more justification for it. Like, if Halloween 2 was still canon, I think I would buy this more. Like the idea that, finding out that he's your brother, granted she doesn't actually find out in Halloween 2 that he's her brother. But, seeing him survive getting shot again and then getting set on fire, I think that would have been a lot more memory burning. Every time Ray says anything, I want to throw something at the screen. Okay, there was actually a scene cut from the movie where apparently Laurie did go see Karen. Now, unfortunately, that scene's not been released. Why? I don't know. I guess they're holding out to sell more copies in the future. Yeah, there's also been rumors going around that they might have cut out footage where Laurie actually runs the prison bus off the road. Now, it's just a rumor. There's never been proof of it. Like, some are saying, Laurie wanted to try and get Michael so she runs the bus off the road, but no one can prove it for sure. I think I would have preferred this scene would have been at their house. And Ray's not there, it's just Allison, her daughter, maybe the boyfriend. Also, though, apparently this entire scene was last minute because originally she was going to have a rewards ceremony, but they couldn't get the venue. So, I can't give them crap for that. If you can't get something, you can't get something. And again, why is she calling him the Shape? I know he's referred to that, but why does she know that? It's not like she was hanging out with Dr. Loomis for ever. Parts of the scene I have no problem with. Other parts I question again. And then again, I like the fact that Laurie and Allison seem to have definitely a nice bond. Yeah, though apparently, I read something about this scene was longer. Apparently, or something was changed in reshoots. I don't know if Allison originally held her longer. I don't know. I can't remember. I'd have to look into it more. I like the music here, though. Really good. Again, there's aspects of this I like a lot, but other aspects I question. This apparently was a reshoot. I guess they wanted to make Karen more sympathetic, show her side of the trauma. I can understand Karen's trauma, per se. But at the same time, I do question some of the things she also says. Well, the way she comes about, just like here, the way she's saying things, it's very stiff.
Yeah, because she was raised to be emotionless, quick to act, quick to think, kill him, do that, do this.
Well, no, she's trying to protect herself. Again, I don't think she's doing a horrible job. I just think it's a very stiff job. Maybe if it was more emotional, it'd be more impactful. Okay, the dance class thing here, I honestly thought that was a political statement. Even though I know this kid's actually a professional dancer, and good for him. Apparently he's actually really good. I just felt it was really out of nowhere. No, you don't leave your freaking kid with a bunch of people walking around that are probably escaped prisoners.
But I can kind of see it from his perspective because he doesn't know them. He thinks he almost hit them.
Yeah, but you can clearly see they're not, a bunch of just either high school kids or even business guys or something. You shouldn't have left that truck, kid. Yeah, that's right. There's not really any music here.
I guess the eeriness of the quiet of the night is hard.
It's either that or they didn't have enough time to fully, there's an expanded score that was released later. I don't know if they wanted to put more in and there just wasn't enough time. So that's what I've heard some people complain about too, is there's just not enough score at times. Again, I don't mind. This, I do admit, there's some dreariness to it.
And a little suspense.
Yes. Not as much as I'd like. Like I said, this movie unfortunately is heavily lacking it till the third act, but... Yeah, it's like... Ooh, is he dead? Nope. Yeah, I would run, man. Kid? I don't think Daddy's around anymore.
But I do admire his bravery. Most kids would not do that.
I know. I'm not saying... I know, and this kid's been trained to be, he's been going out doing hunting trips with his father.
Well, if someone popped out like that,
I know.
I would have shot him too.
I agree, I would have also pulled the trigger.
Plus, I think he had his finger on the trigger the whole time.
I know, obviously the kid's scared. Now, this is the part of the movie I had an issue with. This is the first time Michael's ever killed a kid. And I just felt what would have been better, especially now that we're introduced to Officer Hawkins. I wish Michael, instead of killing the kid, he would have picked him up, threw him. Maybe he doesn't fully die, but he's really fucking hurt, and then Hawkins is the one who finds him, and he's got to get rushed to the hospital, and that basically will give him the motive to really want to hunt down Michael, because we hear in Hawkins' head, they should have done a flashback. You don't see it, you just hear the voices him stopping Dr. Loomis from shooting Michael. That's what I felt they messed up with here. They didn't give us the motivation for why he wants to stop Michael. I know we find out that he's the reason Michael's still alive after 40 years, but they needed a little more than that. Because again, this is a great actor. It's nothing wrong with that. Just also the other thing too is, why is he not the sheriff? No, because we're gonna see Sheriff Parker in a bit. He's useless. This guy should have been the sheriff. Oh yeah, I think. Oh yeah, there's Daddy. October 31st. Some were suggesting instead of this scene, there should have been a scene of Rory visiting her 3 dead friends. And maybe as she's leaving, she walks by Judith's grave. I think that would have been better than this. Yes, this is footage from the original film, if you're wondering. There's Michael. I mean, I don't mind this flashback per se. Like, they're telling it in an okay enough way.
Is that a British accent?
I don't know if he's British, the actor, or not. Good question.
Sounds British.
He could be. And there he is, Sheriff Barker, the most useless sheriff in the world. And guys, no disrespect to the actor, okay? I heard he's actually pretty good. Butterflies!
It's a saying.
I know, they're chasing butterflies, but it's like, ugh. What a useless sheriff. It's like, I know you can't cancel Halloween, but I don't know, warn the public? See, he laughs it off. It's like, it's freaking Michael Myers.
Well, that's because he doesn't understand the full severity of the situation. I mean, he's probably heard the story and read the news report, blah, blah, blah.
Michael Myers killed people on Halloween night twice. I think that's pretty definitive. Now, again, yes, 40 years ago, but clearly, he's just killed people again. He killed... Okay, I don't know if they found the kid's body or not. That's never brought up again. That's another plot hole. But then, obviously the other people that are dead, so Michael's already killed people. And there he is.
Just casually walking by.
Well, another thing a lot of you argue, they wish maybe this scene would have been at night. Either it's raining or you get the moonlight. I think that would have been creepier. And she's just staring. It's like, trying to warn him, but...
Yeah, she's definitely British.
And you see right there?
Yeah, I think so.
And oh yeah, the washroom she's entering, from this point on it's a set. Because somebody did go there and open it, that's not... The washroom's not that big. I think it's only like one toilet or something. Yeah, apparently when she starts screaming later, she actually blew out her voice. She had, like, no voice for a week. Oh yeah, she said she blew out her sails. That's how she referred it. Again, I do like these two. I just don't know if they could have done more with them or not. The other thing, too, is H2O already had a bathroom scene. You know, he steals the woman's keys for her car, and then even the remake had a bathroom scene because Michael steals the guy's jumpsuit.
I guess because it's like an unexpected place to find a killer.
I mean, look, everybody basically agrees this is the greatest hits Halloween film. I'm not against that. I guess it is. Just maybe some things could have been executed stronger, because again, bathroom's been done twice now, and now it's the third time. Now, yes, does this get intense? Yes. But could it have been scarier at night? Yes.
I think it works either way.
Yes, this scene
is... A bathroom you can't see outside. So what does it matter if it's day or night?
Well, no, at night, if there's windows, they could have had, like, moonlight going through in that.
Yeah, but this one doesn't have it.
Well, that's what I mean. They could have definitely planned for something like that, because this is a set. It's like, yeah, Michael just suddenly takes his time for a second. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they fully showed this in the trailer, but... Eesh. And then, Michael's killed a mechanic for his jumpsuit. And actually, Michael's done this multiple times now. I mean, he did it in the original Halloween, he did it in 4. So they copied that again. Oh yeah, I remember this.
This was in the trailer, right?
Yeah, they did show that in the trailer, unfortunately. The teeth. Can you imagine that? I mean, yes, I'll give it to the actress. She is doing a great performance here. Like, A+ to this actress for that. I'll give Aaron credit for trying to fight back, and then we see Michael's face. I get that it's hard to not do that.
Yeah, because, you know, he doesn't have a mask yet, so...
And they're fighting. That's why I wish it was darker. They could have probably hit it better.
Or he somehow stole the mask and then went to go after him?
I know, but obviously he's got to kill them to get to the mask.
Yeah, so...
So, I mean, I wish it... That's why I wish it was also darker. They could have hit it better. So again, I do agree this is an intense scene. And yeah, poor Aaron, like, he's got to watch her die and there's nothing he can do. And again, I do think this scene, him getting the mask, I just imagine this at night. I think it would have been creepier.
I think it works.
It still works, it does.
Well, you can, like, kind of envision it better.
But if I'm thinking at night, moonlight, it would have been, like, just more creepy. But again, I do agree, James Ducournau is a great Michael. I have no complaints with him.
No, I know you don't.
Well, that's what everybody seems to agree about this new films. He's a great Michael. Yeah, and where he's like... Well, that's the other thing. Why are these reporters not mentioning people are dead? What, are the cops lying to them? It's like, what's the good in that?
I like this.
I know, that was cool. You know, the other underground cellar, I had no problem with that. What car is that again?
A Mini Cooper.
I thought so.
It's the one from the Italian Job.
Right. I just think, honestly, Judy Greer's character Karen here, she's almost redundant because they're just not doing the right things with her. Like, again, as much as we'll talk about kills, I thought they did a better job with her there, but here, I don't know. And I don't know if they were trying to go for a scary scene here. Ray. I remember, did everybody laugh in the theater at that? Oh no, you can't, Ray. That's another thing. Like, this whole scene.
Well, she's freaked out, so...
Well, that's the other thing. The Lori's not saying shit. It's like, just say the bus carrying Michael's... It crashed. He's gone. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. We just missed it. She says that the world's full of butterflies and rainbows. Again, Officer Hawkins, I just feel we need a little more to show his motivation. Like, obviously, he's seen the destruction of Michael so far, but... And hearing that he stopped Dr. Loomis from shooting Michael 4 years ago, yes, I can understand that would help motivate him, but... I feel finding an injured kid would have really pushed him. Halloween. I like the music here. One problem I have here is this should not be lit like that. Like, she doesn't spot him coming. That's one problem with it. I think if this was dark, it would be better. And, like, I'll talk about this scene more in a second. Like, right now Michael's going towards the, hammer. There's been some debate on Michael grabbed the hammer with the wrong hand. Yeah, I think he does. Now it's going to be the continuous shot, and I'll give them credit. Like, I heard it took, like, 11 tries to get this right. Though, if you listen to the, not her, but the woman in the next house, apparently this scene was also shot differently before we actually saw Michael attacking her. Ooh. Yep. Good old knife. And yes, this is a throwback to Halloween 2. Oh, and the baby crying right now, apparently that is Jamie Lee Curtis actually doing that. She can actually do a baby cry. I think she also did it in Halloween 2, I believe? I know, I was like for a second like, no. But no, then he walks away. I'm like, no, I didn't think they'd go that far.
Said the baby won't be able to do anything until he's at least 3.
Yeah, I forgot there was blue here. Like, the scenes where there's actually blue, it looks great.
Oh, you mean blue, not blue.
Blue cover.
Okay, it sounded like you said glue.
Blue what? What do you mean?
No, I thought you said the word glue.
Oh, glue.
So I had to ask you again.
I'm like... oh yeah, these...
And no.
Oh,
Unless she actually pays attention, but she wasn't paying attention.
She's clearly in his eye view and he's well lit. Like, if that was a dark...
But also, it's Halloween, people walk around all the time, so you would think,
well, the difference is, though, that's her driveway going into the back. I think she'd be like, why is this guy coming back here? And I do like a lot of these pumpkins.
You know, when I first saw the movie, I thought he was just literally just gonna go right through the front door and just stab everybody.
I like this. I really do like this. Like I said, there are things to like in this movie. Like...
well, yeah, then you wouldn't have bought it.
Well, again, I just... when I look at this, like I said, a lot of things I see out of this movie is missed opportunity. Like, you know, like we've seen a great movie with it, Chapter 1. Like, imagine if this would have been that good. Now, again, I will give them credit. I can understand how hard it is to get the timing right for something like this. In a continuous shot. Like, I know it would be a bitch. One thing, though, I wish he would have done here, have Michael kill the lights and drag it out a little longer. Yeah, apparently, you know how that didn't look very good? It's CGI here, but originally it was supposed to be practical, but apparently on one of the takes, the practical effects started failing, because they can only do it so many times. Another thing everybody seems to agree on, the dance was a waste of time. I mean, it's well shot.
I mean, it's Halloween, so yeah, there's gonna be a party, so...
But
they want to show where the main characters are.
The problem is, though, it's just a waste because it's clearly just a setup to have Cameron be an asshole. And for Allison to lose her phone. Which we'll get to.
Which losing your phone happens often.
No. Oh, I guess you don't remember how it happens. Okay, hang on a minute. Yeah, I like Vicky.
It's like, I understand, but I won't respond.
I know what that is. Shh. I know her, I didn't mind. Okay, I'll say the kid is funny. Why clip his toenails though? Have him play a video game. It's like, I thought that was gross. Shh.
The kid knows how to talk to her.
Yeah. Like I said, he's funny, the toenail thing I don't like. Though I will admit, though, those two do have a good relationship.
Yeah. That's when the other thing was for her, not for you.
No, it's just weird in the movie. It's not what they should have done something else.
But he was clipping his toenails. So.
Why do that, though? Why not have him playing a video game instead? It's like, why the freaking toenails?
He's watching a show.
Fine, have him eating popcorn. You're gonna smoke some weed.
Nah, but then his mouth will be full.
No, you time it right. Like, you have him say he's gonna smoke some weed just before he eats popcorn. Oh yes, let's see. Which the trailer ruined. Can't blame the filmmakers for that, but we'll get there later. And of course, they're all getting drunk.
I mean, if you're having a party like that, you ain't going there sober.
Oh yeah, and then, of course, Allison's gonna discover... Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Naughty boy!
Yeah. Cheating in high school happens a lot.
Yeah, well again, this was all... Again, that's the thing, this entire scene was just for that.
Well, it's to get her out of there and into the open.
Well, I'm saying what I would have done is, remember in the Goosebumps 2 movie, they're literally the same thing, but it was outside the school and then she literally walks away. I wish instead of that she would have just lose the entire dance. She sees this happening outside the school and just walks away, pissed off. And then he calls her when he finds out somebody Allison saw him doing that. She smashes her phone in anger. It would have taken less time and restructured the second act better. You asshole! And everybody's been debating what the fuck that stuff is.
I think it's like a pudding.
Some thought it was pudding, some said it's oh, I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was a dip. It was something. I was thinking though, would pudding really wreck a phone? I mean, I guess.
I guess it depends where the microphone is and where the power supply is.
Yeah, and how much moisture was there, I guess.
Yeah. And he just tossed that in there, so it's probably like at least 75% of the way down.
And then, of course, you got Lori here just wandering around looking for Michael, and granted, I could see her doing that. That part's okay. But again, you could lose that entire dance scene, have her just see him cheating outside the school, smash her phone and walk away. She could have actually gone into this house. We could have gotten a really cool scene instead, which I'll discuss in a bit. And I know, the throwback here to the clotheslines and that, it's nice. But I would have really liked to have seen Michael actually out there. Hidden in the shadows.
I want to make that pumpkin.
Yeah, that is a good pumpkin, actually. One thing I was trying to figure out is, can you actually dry a pumpkin afterwards? I think you could. If you want to preserve it long term. But I don't know the process. I'm trying to think what you'd have to use. Something similar.
I know what they, like avocado. Apparently you can, when you have only half left, you put it in water in a container in a fridge.
Yeah, you remember dry fuck? I was like thinking in the theater, what the fuck is that? I thought it was like sex with no foreplay or something, but oh no, that's what I found out it is. It's basically sex with no foreplay. I thought it was more like
let sex with clothes on?
Or, you know, like messing around, like you don't quite do it, but no, it literally means sex with no foreplay. It's like they wrote that in but didn't know what it means. So I never heard that before. I'm like, what the fuck is dry fucked? And I think I was not the only one leaving the theater actually saying that. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Hey, the kid has more common sense than the other guy.
I do agree he's got some common sense, but then I'm going to have an issue with the scene in a minute that I think I've discussed with you before. Meeting. I like the dynamic between these two. That's fun. This scene I could have done without.
What? He's sitting outside while he's waiting?
No, it's what's gonna happen with it next is the problem.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, jeez.
I don't have a problem with the guy smoking. It's just you'll see. It's more like because they're gonna keep cutting between scenes and. Yeah, you basically get the idea. Yeah, it's basically disrupting the flow in a really stupid way. Like, yeah, here, like, he's gonna...
Hey, guys like motorcycles.
I know, but it's clearly just a garbage setup to keep him away.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
How does it work? It's stupid.
Yeah, the boyfriend's not there to protect the girlfriend and the kid.
Well, no, it's the kid's not going to need protecting, and you'll see one.
And I think there was, I don't know which movie it was, but wasn't there something, like, kind of similar, but instead of a motorcycle, it was something else to keep the boyfriend distracted so the killer can move in? I don't remember.
I wish this was not in the trailers. But I kind of wish they would have done it in another way where maybe he was in the dark and he just appeared out. Now, this does look stupid, but I know falling on your socks does happen.
And those are like very smooth floors. If you have socks on, you're gonna slide all over.
I know. I've fallen downstairs with my socks, but this, and that's the boyfriend's like having a, and oh yeah, I forgot to.
He's on weed. That's why.
But the other thing too, I forgot to say when the kid went, oh shit. We weren't paying attention. We were talking.
Well, yeah, I caught it.
It was stupid. I remember in the theater we were all laughing. It's like, we're not supposed to be laughing at this. Yeah, you finally go and try and do something with two.
Again, he's on weed, so everything's delayed by like a couple of seconds.
I know, but if again, it's just stupid. Like, I wish instead of Allison at the dance crack, we would have actually had her there. She actually does save Vicky from Michael. You know how I would have done it? Barbecue lighter and hairspray. She sends Michael out the window, but he doesn't fall. He catches himself. Then she's trying to get Vicky out of the house who's injured, but Michael has blocked all the doors. It starts this really great chase sequence, and those three have to like smash a window and get out, and then he's chasing them down the street, but that's when David comes to the door, you know, knock knock, and then Michael smashes the door down, killing him. And then it starts a great chase sequence down the street. I think that would have been way better than this.
Yeah.
It's just, again, like the, oh shit! It's like, no kid is gonna say that. They're gonna be terrified screaming. They're not gonna be like, shh. Everybody is...
Granted, kids are a little bit more...
No kid, any kid who sees his babysitter getting attacked like that is not gonna act that way.
I beg to differ.
Maybe a 14-year-old, not... He's like, I don't know, 7?
Well, the thing about it, the 6-year-olds we knew are the 14-year-olds now.
Nah, not that far. I would say maybe a 10-year-old might be mature enough, but even then, oh shit! It's like, scream! Run! Don't... It's just, again, it's like they threw in a stupid comedy moment to ruin the scene. It's like... Again, I get that these are comedy... the director, he came from comedy background, and one of his co-writers. I get it. This is their first horror film, so they're learning as they go. And I still think overall they did a decent job, but... And the Halloween Street masks, that was an okay reference. I had no problem with that.
I do like the kids are in there.
Yes, I know, and I like the blues. Like, all the color blue here is great. I forgot this much was in the movie, because I haven't watched it in a while. Oh, and also maybe because it's watching it in 4K, but... I know, it's like the colors are definitely popping out more.
Obviously, Michael's trolling.
Yeah, I know, there was a scene in the trailer where Michael would appear next to Hawkins, but that was actually a promotional shot. Which they should have done more of. It's like, you can shoot stuff that's not in the movie if it's just meant to fool you.
I do like the pumpkin in the...
Yes, that is fine. Like, that's something Michael would do. Just like this, when he does find her, like, obviously you know who's under there.
Yeah.
This I have no problem with. Again, though, I would have preferred to save Vicky. And this. This is an H2O copycat.
Although the scene does work.
Yes, again, it does work. I agree with you there, it does work. Ouch. Shoot him, Laurie.
Yeah, I got the officer's suspension.
And of course, you can see that's he basically tattooed his own death date.
Oh.
It said 10/31/18 or whatever.
I would have done the same.
Well, yeah, if you get sneaked up on, but it just feels like a goofy moment.
Because he had to be quiet because that was Michael.
Yeah, but he's approaching Laurie when she clearly knows it's her. It's like, I don't know. And why is she not already covered up? It's like,
Maybe they didn't have a blanket at the time?
she's in a body bag. Like, why would they not cover her up inside before bringing her out? That's a goof. I forgot there was this much blue here. Like,
Yeah, I noticed the patrol cars don't have red, white.
I think it's probably deliberate.
Yeah,
Also, it depends on I think it depends on the state.
yeah, maybe.
Shh. This whole scene is a waste of time.
Although I do like Laurie's part.
Yes, I know. I like Lori saying, "What the fuck are we doing?" Oh, and then this. You're the new Loomis. It's like, what a waste of a scene.
Oh, I mean, he isn't doing this, I guess.
Well, he was to a degree, and then you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, this entire act, like I said, is a mess because of this. This, like I said, this act is like, it doesn't know if it wants to be horror or a comedy or something else. The first act, like I said, is mostly okay. The second act, it's a mess. And then Laurie, like, why are you saying you wanted him to escape if you also want to keep your family safe? Yes, I know you want to kill him, but...
Yeah. And I guess, well, because he's alive, it's still the same thing as him being freeze tormenting her. She just wants it to end.
And then, of course, we're finally back to Allison. And frickin' Oscar. Oscar, give it up. She's out of your league.
I know, but I do like how he's encouraging her.
Yeah, the problem is, you know what he's going to try and do, sort of.
No, I know.
Like, you know, if they would have left it at that, it would have been like, okay, fine, whatever, but... Like, again, I don't mind Sartain here at all. There was a lot of this movie, I didn't mind him at all. It's like, I thought he was actually a decent character. I mean, like, I like what Sartain is saying here. Like, how would that affect Michael? It's a good question.
Yeah, he's trying to get in his head. And
I know. It's like, a lot of the stuff with Sartain up to this point, I had no problems with. It's just, again, the new Loomis crap and all that. Like, a lot of the second act is a mess. Maybe it was, like I said, if it would have been structured differently, it'd be better. Yeah, I never heard of that. I would think if he's a threat, he's gonna be dealt with.
yeah.
Maybe property of the state, but I don't think that would play a factor in it. One thing though I couldn't figure out here is how did she convince the cops to come with her to basically move Karen and Ray to her house?
Maybe Laurie told him to?
Well, that's the thing, because Rory's there. I swear, when I have the time, I am going to try and rewrite this, because like I said, I think the entire second act would have been more about once she ditches her boyfriend crap at the, like I would have skipped most of the dance. I would have had. Oh yeah, here we go.
Of course, the friend who's.
Well, no, he's clearly forcing himself on her.
Yeah, because he's jealous.
I get that he's partially drunk, but he's just an ass now. Please don't tell my best friend that I tried to make a move on you. Okay, that was funny. Shh. Oh, Oscar. Again, what a pointless character.
Well, you say all kinds of crazy shit when you're drunk.
This is kind of creepy, but I still would have preferred maybe he didn't see Michael at all. Shh. You have no idea. I think this did make us jump a bit in the theater.
A little bit.
The only thing though, Leo did point out, how is he not triggering the light sensors faster? This is a good point.
Never wear a cape.
Yeah, apparently this scene had to be cut early because the cops shut down the shoot because of problems. I guess maybe they were too loud. So the editor had to try and salvage this, which I guess he did a good job. Like, okay, I thought Asker screaming looked stupid, but it is a creepy death. Like, and this score here is really good. This was like one of the new ones they came up with. Really creepy. The problem here, obviously Michael's not a threat to Allison, he's still behind the gate.
Well, still, it's scary to see the killer.
Well, I know, I think it's just, this was too short. Like, I would have liked to have seen Michael chasing her. That's why I wish instead she would have, like, saved Vicky, and maybe her, Vicky, and Julian get chased by Michael. You could have had that drag out for a while, like, they had to go hide behind houses and stuff. It's like, this is creepy, but just too short. And again, I'll give credit to Annie Manichek. She did a great job screaming there and all that. And apparently she got tips from Jamie Lee Curtis. Thank you, Lori.
Get it? Her name is Karen?
I know, but I don't even think the Karen craze started yet. At least I don't think.
Yeah.
I would have to check. Again, I like the music here a lot.
I will admit I'm actually liking some parts of the movie more this time around than I did before. Yeah, this is a set. Because somebody went to the actual house, there's nothing down there. It's actually very... It's only like a crawl space. Like, you can go down there, but it's only a very small ladder. Like, I don't even think it's more than 4 or 5 feet tall. Ah, the gun cabinet.
Texas Walker.
Again, Jamie Lee Curtis is giving it her all, but it's just the setup's wrong.
I think it's okay.
It's okay, but they could have done a better job selling it. And surprise! Another thing everybody's been debating on is, should Michael have been hit here? I don't think so.
Oh yeah, this is...
Yep. And again, they copied... Michael's been hit in Halloween 4 and H2O. Like, they shouldn't have done this. I would have preferred Michael actually followed them out of town. Like, they have Allison in the backseat and Michael steals a car and follows them and then crashes into them. Oh boy, here we go. God, I remember when this started happening. I was like, what the fuck? Poor Allison. This entire scene, and there were actually producers on the film fighting this, but they got outvoted. And apparently the test audiences didn't like this at all, but apparently they filmed scenes to try and show Sartain helping Michael more, but they cut them out, according to the novelization writer. Again, it was such a stupid idea.
Didn't the doctor before him, didn't he kind of do similar things, or am I imagining that?
What do you mean?
Like, didn't he do, like, that crap?
Why? Nobody but Michael should have his mask on. It is so stupid. And how the hell can he drag Michael Myers? He's got a bullet wound in his shoulder. I don't care if you're strong or not. You're not going to be able to use that side of your body.
The ground is wet.
It's cement.
Because when it's wet,
And you just put him in the car. How the hell did he do that? And what did you mean earlier? Like, what do you mean, like,
Didn't the previous doctor try to help him?
No, Dr. Loomis never helped him.
Okay, it didn't make sense.
No, he was always trying to stop him. I remember this scene. I was thinking, if he would have became Michael, I would have walked out. I've been like, okay, I'm done. And of course, he runs over Hawkins here. Oh, and then this. This ain't funny. This was boring. And this actually was longer in the deleted scenes. Oh yeah, and that's Christopher Nelson, who actually did all the makeup effects.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I know, I didn't know that till after I read... I think it was after we saw the movie. Yeah, they let him have a cameo.
It's like, why is this here? This should have been cut out. Shh. Shh. I'm not saying somebody couldn't become obsessed like this, but it's such a stupid scene. It's obviously only for one reason. To get Michael to order.
I wouldn't know what to say in this like scene if I was in the back of the car in her trip.
Oh, I know. I'd be having what the F moments.
Yeah.
Shh.
Smart girl.
I'll give Allison that. She can be very, what's the word?
Resourceful.
Thank you, resourceful. Uh-oh. Shh. It's like, let me out of here. Shh. It's like, no, go over there and check now. Shh.
Well, they would do the radio thing first, then if there's no response after 30 seconds, and then they go check.
I guess, I know.
Because the cop safety is just as important.
And everything everybody wishes is Michael would have been pursuing her in the woods. I would have liked that too.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, you'll see what he does after he kills him. At least he gave us the red lighting. And this is so Jason. This ain't Michael.
Well, Michael and Jason are kind of the same.
I'm not saying Michael's not strong enough to do that, but that's a Jason kill. More than anything.
Maybe it's a salute to Jason.
Well, apparently they were having debates on set like, oh, that's too Jason. Or that's too Jason, like, shh. Yeah, these two cops remind me of the bumbling idiot cops from Part 5, though maybe not as bad.
Yeah, I guess they're more professional.
There's a plot hole issue here because, you'll see in a second they're actually going to tell dispatch that they found a fucking body. And that there's another officer missing. Like, if he's told dispatch, they should be rolling cops there, like, now. And obviously, they're going to lose contact with these officers shortly, so therefore, it's a fuck-up. They didn't think about this enough. Even if she's out of town, if they know that there's a dead body, that means they know where Michael probably is, which means everybody's heading there.
I mean, if he wasn't wearing the officer's coat, that would maybe make sense. But
Oh, you mean if like a civilian or something?
yeah, they wouldn't quite hard to one civilian, especially this old guy.
I can understand that. You got a point there. If those were civilians that found the body, but it ain't a civilian. Those are cops. Again, it's a mistake. Their chemistry is okay, but I don't think they set it up right. No, again, I know you thought, but no, Michael doesn't pursue her in the woods. I wish. I would have loved a huge stalking scene. Because that's one thing we didn't get in this movie. Not much suspense. Not much stalking. H2O gave us that. Ain't perfect, but it works. His daughter's missing and he's playing with a fucking yo-yo. Like, how can anybody root for this guy? You know what I would have done here instead? Have Karen go outside and find what he's gonna find. And then have her run back in the house.
You should have stayed in the house, idiot. I was like, ooh, what are we gonna see? Whoosh. Man, I'll give it to Christopher Nelson for those makeup effects. And what? They gave him a little heroic gunfire to tell the others that, oh, you got a problem? I remember too when Michael killed him, nobody in the theater cared. And again, this also rips off H2O. I forgot about this. They basically did the same scene twice. I wish Karen would have been the one to go outside and find those bodies, freak out, and run back in. Because this next scene doesn't work. Like, what are you doing, Laurie? You would not put your back to the door like that? Yeah, they only did this to get that shot. It's like, there was a way to still do this, though, where Laurie's not stupid. Have Karen go outside and find the bodies, run inside, freak out. Have, like, Laurie come and try and calm her down, and then they kind of, like, you know, spin around. Then have Michael come in and grab her. This doesn't work. As frightening as this is, the setup is all wrong. Oh, I admit, I do like this part. And I'm like, why didn't you do that earlier? Because, like, if Laurie has been training for 40 years, she's not going to put her back to that door. Like, there was a way to do that scene, but...
Maybe she didn't train herself right, I guess.
Would you put your back to that door?
Maybe she thought it would be strong enough? I don't know.
Maybe if the outside gate was closed, but it's not.
Oh, maybe she thought it was.
No, because remember, she shut the door.
Oh.
Like, again, if Karen would have gone outside, seen those bodies, freaked, ran back in, and shut the door, and then she's, like, freaking out, Laurie's trying to calm her down, and, like, they spin around, and now Laurie's back into the door, and Michael gets a sneak attack, that's one thing. It's nobody's fault. Not Karen's, not Laurie's. But in this case, they made Laurie look stupid. Like, if she's supposed to be this well-trained, ready-to-kill-him person, then you don't have her do a rookie move. I also question that, like, you're really gonna shoot through the floor?
Maybe she thought she'd get him.
I mean, I could understand if he's stopped in a specific spot and you clearly could see he's there. Then I'd be like, okay, I'll get his foot, but shh. That's another thing, why did you go back down there to begin with? Could just wait for him to open the door again and get another shot off. It's not that I can't see these two having chemistry, and I think it was better in the next movie, but here they just didn't do it right. I don't know if it's the way David Gordon Green directed Judy Greer, but like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis and Annie Matichak work great together, but these two, it's mixed. Even though I'm glad we finally got to this part, because the original ending, what I've heard of it, we were not going to get most of this. Because apparently, I think how it was supposed to go, Rory would go upstairs to go look for Michael, but then she would see Allison outside on the monitors, run outside, tell her it's not safe, which I've seen footage of. Like, I pieced together the original ending
as much as I could from trailers. Anyway, that's when Michael would go outside and they would get into a knife fight. In this case, they changed it because everybody said the original ending was kind of a downer. This one, at least we're actually getting suspense. I just wish we had a lot more of it.
Yeah, I was surprised he was not there. In this thing.
Well, it's kind of obviously they're trying to draw it out, which I'm so glad about. It's like, yes, build it up for a bit, because that's one problem they've been having this whole movie. That's one thing I got to give H2O. It understood how to do that. Though I admit, I like this.
Yeah, I know.
The security
in my
doors.
room.
Yep.
There's dang doors.
Because like I said, the original ending, it would have been a lot faster outside, because they would have forced her to try to shoot him and her gun would jam or something, or she'd run out of bullets. They get into a knife fight, and then apparently Karen would come outside with a crossbow, which we actually saw in the gun case, and she would shoot him in the chest. And then he would go stumbling into the woods. I'm glad they didn't go that route. I still hope we see the original ending. This was creepy, I'll admit. It's like, I feel like this is probably the best part of the movie in terms of actually getting build-up, suspense, drawing it out. Like, it's just, that's what I mean. The movie's just, first act's okay. There's not really that much to complain about in the first act. The second act, like I said, it's so disjointed. It's either comedy or other crap, and like the Sartain twist was, though I suppose I could argue that's the beginning of the third act. But still, the second act is a mess too. I mean, I'll say mostly the third act recovers. That's probably the best part about it. It's like, I remember in the theater, we did have a good time. Like, again, I know it might sound like I'm being really hard on this, but my argument with this movie is just mostly wasted potential. Like, they got the hard stuff right. I mean, we don't get the blues all the time in this movie, that is a problem. But it's a good score, it is really good Michael, really good mask, but the suspense is not there when it needs to be. Yeah, this room, this was going to be this is Laurie's bedroom. This was going to be how they were going to change the ending of the original film. Because it was modeled after the original film's ending bedroom scene. They just repurposed it for this.
Oh, it's just fired.
I think she does shoot at one of the oh no, she did that already, I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, another thing too I had issue with, this is the mannequin room. Like, remember in Hellfest there was also a mannequin room scene? I would have preferred... Remember how that killer came out of the shadows? In this case, it hasn't happened yet, but you know what's going to happen, where Michael just suddenly knocks over a mannequin and charges at her. I would have preferred he also came out of the shadows. Like, that's more his MO. I mean, it's still creepy. Though at the same time, I got a question, though. How the heck did Michael get all those mannequins up the stairs into a room along with Ray's body? That is definitely another plot. He didn't have a lot of time before Laurie went back upstairs. I mean, I know those mannequins don't weigh much, but we would have still had to gather them. So, I don't know. It's another debate. I mean, again, I think they're trying to build some nice tension here. It's just their setup's not 100% what it needs to be. Yeah, that did make me jump in the theater a little bit. Yeah, Laurie does get stabbed here, and there was a reason for it. Because in the original ending, she was stabbed. Because we'll talk about it later when they're at the truck. I gotta admit, though, you would think, especially at her age, she'd really just get up from that. I mean, I'm not saying it would kill you. That's gotta be...
Or you'd be knocked out for a bit.
Well, I mean, I think it would at least break some ribs. That's another thing, again, Allison just wasn't used very much in this movie. I think in the original ending, she was supposed to pull out a knife and try and defend Laurie from Michael after he stabs her, which I honestly sound better. Like, I gotta admit, like, I know, this is a throwback to the original, and it's cool, but I gotta admit, I agree with you. Would Laurie really recover that quick? Even if she...
Adrenaline.
Well, yeah, you got a point. Adrenaline can help. Or maybe she landed on grass, but even then...
Yeah, I think that was grass.
Yeah, you're right, it is grass, but still. It's gotta be at least, I don't know, 8-10 feet? And again, here it's creepy. The only thing is I wish we had more blues here. That's unfortunately missing. Michael's just looking around. And this is the throwback to Halloween 6, but I haven't thought of it. And Michael's like, up there like, where are they hiding? Where is Miss Laurie? He's like, I wonder. He's like, ah. Like, I remember, like, I really liked this scene. Like, I just wish the film had done a better job doing things like this. I mean, I guess I can understand that, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna grab my rifle from when I was a kid.
That's what she's comfortable with.
I think she's been trained with multiple guns, but I guess she's like, you know what, if you're the reason I've had a shitty childhood, fucker, I'm gonna use what I was trained to kill you with.
I wish both of them had guns in this thing.
I admit, it's a good point, but Allison's never been trained with one.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she could have had a handgun. I admit, when she was doing this, I was like, oh, come on, lady. It's like, this ain't the chicken out time. Poor Allison's like, oh, shit. And then... I admit, that's one shot I really liked with her character. It's like, okay, you got me there.
She's a bit of a
I find...
manipulator.
Yeah, well, like I said, I find Judy Greer's character very mixed in this movie, but that was a good scene. One thing I admit here, I wish Michael would have grabbed Laurie as he was falling and took her down with him. And then the three of them have to fight him in the basement. I think that could have amped it up more.
I mean, he tries, but...
Well, no, I mean, I wish when he was falling in the basement, he would have taken Laurie with him.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, maybe somebody does pull out the crossbow and has to shoot him on the wall. Like, I think that would have been better. Oh yeah, we missed it, but there was an editing error. You actually see her holding the knife earlier. But I like to see the fact that... I do like the fact that Allison fights back here. Ouch. Oh yeah, that was not James Shute Courtney who did the fall down the stairs. They had another stunt guy do that. That stunt guy also did a great job with the Michael sitting up.
Time to burn, motherfucker, burn!
Yep. This, I don't agree with. We didn't need to know that. We clearly can see it's a trap. It's like you're overtelling the audience.
Well, more for her sake. But...
Well, it just feels like it. I think Allison would put 2 and 2 together. Like, I like this a lot. You know, actually, they showed a little bit of this in the trailers, unfortunately. I mean, I can't fault the filmmakers for the trailers. And I really like the music here. Yeah, at first they were not going to let James Q. Courtney do that, because obviously it's a burning sequence, but they said, look, the mask is rigged for him. I mean, yeah, Nick Castle had a cameo with it, but it was kept at a distance. But they managed to pull it off. Like, they had to make sure he walked out of the fire at the right time. Yeah, I love the music here, and I love these shots.
I like the different colors of flames.
I know, like this, and especially, I don't know if these are 4K TV, but they're really shining here.
Yeah.
Okay, Laurie looks a lot worse here. There's a reason for it. Because in the original ending, she was stabbed worse. And this is all the original ending. This part is the original ending here. When they get on the truck and everything. Yeah, I remember in the theater, this was like, again, I really like the ending overall. I mean, yeah, obviously we don't see the shape anywhere here, but I think they could have left it alone, not done another one, and I would have been okay with it. Like, I admit, this was a better experience in the theaters, and I'm actually, in some ways, I'm still liking it right now, because I remember when I watched it the last time, I was more frustrated with it. And I like this final shot. Okay, so this was Halloween 2018. Here's my overall thoughts. The score is really good, James Q. Courtney is really good, the mask is really good. The scenes where we do get the blues really shine out. The first act overall is pretty good, but Ray sucks a lot, and I think Hawkins' motivation's not strong enough, they messed up there. The second act is a mess because of missed all these directions the second act is going, and between humor, horror, not much suspense. It's just the second act is really where things are a big problem. The third act, once you get past the garbage Sartain crap, it does recover quite a bit. It could have been stronger. Like, I wish Michael would have dragged Laurie into the basement, and all three of them had to fight him. It would have been a more intense scene. Ray should have been cut out of the movie. He's pointless. Karen could have been developed better, especially if they wanted to show her side of the trauma more, which they did to a degree. The Sartain twist, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Like I said, there were producers fighting against it, but they got outvoted. Like, it sucks when the wrong people win in these things, because everybody I've spoken to hates that. They hate the Sartain twist.
I would like to meet the people who thought it was great and then go away.
David Gordon Green, the director, and one of the writers. Danny McBride, and I think there was another writer too, I forget his name, who was there. Like, overall, it's still a good movie, but again, it's just ripping off H2O's better story, because H2O's writing is way better. There is suspense in H2O. There's build-up. Like, it's just, H2O has already done this. Now again, this is not a bad movie. I'd still say, yeah, I'm lowering my score to a 7. There's things that could have been better. And I know the reshoots did help the third act, but frankly, the second act needed major reshoots. Like, I think if Allison would have saved Vicky from Michael and there would have been a great chase sequence, that really would have been really what the second act needed, and maybe Laurie still manages to save Allison in the second act, but they get separated again for a bit. And I think leading up to the third act, this is what should have happened. Officer Hawkins and Sartain do find Allison. They're taking her towards Laurie at her house, but Michael's following them because he wants to get Allison. Now he really wants her, because she stopped him from getting a kill. And he crashes into them. Now, Sartain does not kill Hawkins, even though we know he doesn't die. Instead, what I would have done was Hawkins steals his gun, and then he goes out of the car and actually tries to talk to Michael, and then Michael snaps his neck. That's more of a Michael kill. And then Michael goes to kill Allison because she's trapped. but that's when Officer Hawkins tackles Michael and they fight. And I'm torn on this. I think I would let Michael kill Hawkins, but then when he goes back to kill Allison, she has escaped. She's disappeared into the woods.
Make him go out in a blaze of glory kind of thing.
Exactly. But at the same time, I admit, would I like to keep his character around? So maybe I wouldn't 100% make it definitive, but if I felt it was justified, that's what I would do. And then Michael goes to Laurie's house, because he obviously figures out that's where Allison's going to go. And then we get the rest of it, but what I would have done is, Karen goes outside, she sees those bodies, freaks, runs back inside, shuts the door and locks it, and then she's like freaking out. Laurie comes down, she's like, what? What is it? They spin around, Michael smashes through and grabs her, and she still has to blow his fingers off. Like, at least then, it's not Laurie's fault, and it's not Karen's fault. It's just, Laurie was distracted trying to find out what's up. Like, again, it's just a matter of execution. A lot of things in this movie, it's execution. I think if some things were handled better, you'd have almost a great film. Like, again, that's why this movie frustrates me, is I see so much good, and I see all the hard things they got right. But then they mess up the easy stuff. And a lot of the writing is part of the problem, if not the main problem. In the end, again, this is basically the greatest hits Halloween film. It's just copying what's already been done. And I wouldn't say there's nothing wrong with that, but if they're gonna do that, try and aim for the best. And don't do stupid things like the Sartain twist. And if the character Karen was a single mother, I think they could have developed her better. I think it would have also just made more sense. So in the end, Halloween 2018, it's decent, and there's Nick Castle's breathing. And yes, I have met Nick Castle. Anyway, overall, again, I think it's decent, but it's definitely no masterpiece. Like, this is not the best entry since the original. Halloween 2 is easily still the best sequel. Halloween 4 is another great one. H2O is still better than this. And I know I've been rambling on and I haven't really let Carrie talk, so I'll let her talk for a minute or so.
Oh, I guess I'll label it as a 7 as well, I guess. I'm not a Michael fan, so I don't really understand the whole mythological part of it, I guess. I mean, yeah, I did enjoy the movie when I saw it in theaters. Maybe I enjoy it a little less now that I see a bigger picture of what's going on. And also talking to David a lot about Halloween. So I guess,
I know, I talked to her a lot about it.
And yeah, so I would say 7 is a good number to put it at. Which is 7 is also a lucky number.
I mean, I think again, I see it Chapter 1. That's a 10. That was so well executed. Like, imagine if we would have gotten that.
That would be nice.
I know, guys, it's a little late here. I've had her up for a bit.
It's almost 12 a.m.
We're actually going on a trip tomorrow, so she's probably going to kill me. Anyway, so that's the commentary for Halloween 2018. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you really think it's that good? Do you agree with some of my opinions? And honestly, I think eventually I am going to rewrite this just so I can actually get all my points across. I mean, again, I don't hate this movie, and I might have actually, the last time I watched it, I think I actually hated it worse than I did this time around, surprisingly. I actually enjoyed some of it more. Maybe because I've seen Halloween Kills and I hate that so much more, because one thing I've heard, Halloween Kills has made a lot of people actually like 2018 more, which is kind of ironic. So, yeah, in the end, 2018, it's alright. It's decent. It's just, a lot of what makes Halloween, this movie is lacking. But, who knows, maybe Halloween Ends will bring some of that back, but I'm not holding my breath. We'll wait and see. So, that's the commentary for Halloween 2018, and I will talk to you guys later.
Alright, bye-o, and subscribe!